everyone, welcome to another video. I am super excited about today's video because I'm gonna be doing something I've been wanting to do for at least a year now. I am finally organizing my pantry. I've watched so many pantry organization on YouTube and loved it. I felt so inspired by how other people are organizing their pantry, especially if you have a small pantry like I do. So this is what we're doing today. It's gonna be super fun. I'm really excited. So this is the state of the current pantry. So it's a small space, but we do have many shelves, which is good. So giving us a good space to work with. There's only 2 of us, so this is big enough. As you can see, I've already kind of started doing some organizing. However, that was last year. Heart of the pandemic, was trying to keep busy, so I did buy a few accessories last year and started to organize, but then I don't know, life happened and this is such a mess. Every time I try to look for some of my baking stuff, it makes me very angry. Same thing here, like what is this? Why do I have open boxes of things? So it really needs some time and some love. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that together. We are making great progress. I have split everything into categories. So for example, here I have all the sauces, all the nuts, oils and vinegar, baking stuff. We even had to use chairs for space. I got all chips, crackers, pasta, and noodles. Now what I'm realizing is, like, for example, I have 2 almost empty bags of the same. Why? This is why I need to organize my pantry better. This is a waste and so inefficient. So I'm gonna go through each category to see what stays and what goes. I want to talk to you about some of the products I am using to organize everything in my pantry. So we have, first of all, I have 2 Lazy Susans. So it's just a turntable and it's very easy, especially to store like oils or vinegars or any type of containers that you just want to spin around. Anyway, it's pretty useful. This one is from Amazon. What I like about this one is that this is a no slip type of texture. So the bottles will not move around as I twist this. And then this one is from IKEA. It's much bigger. I was using it to store all of the dry goods. I'm probably gonna do that again. But yeah, this one looks really pretty. So that's really fun. So we got 2 Lazy Susans. I also have plenty of little baskets like this. These are from the dollar store, so you can get them for super cheap, and they are very useful to store like smaller containers. So maybe, for example, little spices. Just keeps everything neat and organized. I have a pack of 3. I'm guessing it was 3 for $1. So super cheap and can be very practical. I also have this big basket that I bought from IKEA. I like to store potatoes and onions in here, so that way it keeps the air flowing. And it also looks very pretty. It even has a little handle if needed. From IKEA, I also bought these boxes. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, for example, my baking stuff all in there, or maybe my nuts organized all together. So I got 4 small ones and I have 3 bigger ones. So for example, the flour, the sugar are bigger containers, so they can all go in here. And I also have the tops to go. So I was also thinking of maybe putting like the chips or the pasta or the noodles in here, and then I can stack them depending on the space, but because they are clear, you can still see everything that is inside, which is what we want. One thing I do recommend to buy for organizing Pantry is these little clips. They are super useful to clip like an open bag of chips or an open bag or box of anything. So you can have, I got some bigger ones and some small ones, but they help keeping the food good longer, and also it makes sure that even if it falls on the side, it won't spill. So this is super, super useful. Last year when I started my pantry organization, I bought some spices container. So this was like a package of 24, and what I liked is that it came with little pre-made stickers with like the most common spices and herbs. So that was very useful. I've used all of them 24. I even had to get creative with the rest of my spices. I cook a lot, so I got a lot of spices. So these are really convenient, especially since spices often come in various container and it's hard to store. So these are really good. And then what I bought is this little kind of pedestal. So it really is kind of little steps, and it comes with 2 extra things to make it seem bigger and make it fit more spices, and then it fits perfectly for my little jars. And this is probably the best way I've found of storing spices with the space that I have. So loving this setup. So these were all things that I bought. But you don't always need to buy things to organize your pantry. I have reused a lot of containers. So a lot of products that I buy come in a jar glass. So for example, I think this was a yogurt. So I just keep the jar glass and I wash it, and then you can reuse it to store anything. So for example, I think this was a peanut butter jar. We now get nuts in it. I also bought these mason jars from the Goodwill store. So I think I got like a set of 10 for a few dollars only. Or even in here I have like a previous pickle jar, and now I use it to store rice. And it's just a great way to reuse things you've already bought, and then it makes the organizing step super, super cheap because you don't need to purchase anything else. I've also reused old things that you just kind of repurpose. So this used to be the container of a lettuce washer spinny thing. So this was it. This is very small. I had bought this when I was living by myself, but now we got a bigger one. But I just kept this plastic bowl, and it's perfect. You can put sweets in it, for example, or anything else. So really, you can get really creative when it comes to organizing your space. I'm sure in your home you'll have loads of stuff that you can reuse, repurpose, and if you do want to buy some extra stuff, the dollar store offers great option. Amazon is good as well. You have so many options, and then IKEA as well. I found some really good finds for not too much money. So I've started already putting things back. So I know that this is the only place that it fits. So this must go here. Now I'm trying to play with my clear container. So I have a big one here with all of my baking stuff, so I can easily just like pull it out when I need to do some baking. And in this one, it's gonna be like a little bit more in the back, so I've put things that I rarely use or just on a special occasion, so I don't necessarily often reach for it. Now I'm trying to see if maybe this Lazy Susan would be better at the bottom, if the pastas are better at the bottom. They used to be on the very top. So these are all noodles and pasta, but it's pretty heavy. So at least by having it in the bottom, it's easy for me to pull and take away, because if it was at the top, I think it would be too heavy. So yeah, this is gonna be kind of a game of Tetris for the next few minutes to see how it all goes. Are you ready for the big reveal? Everything has its own spot, which I'm very happy about. For the bottom part, we still have the same idea, so recycling big jugs of oil. The first shelf here, so I've used the Lazy Susan to put all the dry rice, and then I have my potatoes in this little basket, so this I can just pull out when I want to use potatoes, or even if I want to use pasta. This is all easy access, and now it's all grouped together, and I can kind of see I have a good idea of what I have exactly in there. On the middle shelf, which is the shelf I'm probably gonna use them more, so I have all of my spices beautifully organized. So I've used these similar containers for most of the spices, but I didn't have enough, so I also kept some of the original container, but it's all in alphabetical order. Super easy to grab. I know where it is, and it looks really clean. Here I have another Lazy Susan with some hot sauces, vinegars, and oil. So this is super easy to know what I have, what do I need to buy, and then I can just turn and grab what I need. And in the corner, we got some of the cans, Nutellas, and then some extra milks. On this shelf here, almost everything has been put into these clear containers. So at least if I need something, I can just grab the container and look through it, which is going to be easier than the mess that it was before. So I've put the nuts together. Then these are the nuts that I eat the most often by themselves. So I've kind of put them separate. This goes in my smoothies. So this, since I use almost every day, super easy grab. And then when I want to do some baking, I have all of my flours, chocolate chips, sugar, everything's in here. And then in the baskets that are more at the back are things that I don't often use, or that are more like a special thing. So we have other nuts, but that I don't use as often, or just maybe some extras. And then in here I have like the honey, agave syrups, a pizza mix, so things I don't reach out for every day, but at least if I need them, I can just grab the whole container and it's easy use. Ben eats oats every morning, so this needed to be super easy to grab. And finally, at the very, very top, I've put all the extra spices in these little baskets. So if I run out of a spice, or these are spices that we use in super specific recipes, like these are all Indian spices. So if I run out, I can just grab the little basket. I've put all the sweets and treats up all the way up here because I don't want to see it, so that way I don't eat it. This is, I think, a leftover from camping, so this is gonna go. I don't usually have this in my pantry. And then I've put the chips and the crackers in here, and same thing, if I want something, I can just grab this and take it out with two hands once again, because one hand is very hard. And yeah, so these are just like extras, so I rarely reach out for them, but if I want to look for something, I know it's all at the top. So the idea was really to make it easy for me on a day-to-day basis. So the things that I use often, I want them to be easy to see, easy to grab, and I think I did a pretty good job. This is exactly what it is. I use spices, oil, vinegars, nuts the most often, and that's what's at the forefront. for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I will put the links to all the accessories I've used through the video in the description down below, so make sure to check that out if you are interested. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel to make sure you never miss another video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a good day. Bye.